What's up, everyone? Mr. Noob2 Gamer. Today I want to do something a little bit different. As you can see, I am showing my face on camera. I don't think I've ever done that before on this channel. So, yeah, a lot of you guys are seeing my face for the very first time. I wanted to talk about Warzone 1 shutting down, and I'll show the tweet over here. Officially, yes, Warzone 1 is shutting down, and when I read that, I was completely stunned. Like, Warzone 1 is shutting down. First of all, that game is only a few years old. 3 years old. So by the time it shuts down in September, it will be about 3.5 years by the time, from the time that Warzone 1 was released. I remember when it first came out. It was right around the time of COVID. Everyone was playing that shit back then because we were all locked up and we had nothing else to do. Warzone, in its early days, was a lot of fun. It really was, and I enjoyed the hell out of it for a time. I kind of fell off of it after a little bit, especially when Caldera came out and all that. They took away Verdansk. Verdansk was an amazing map. It did get boring after a while because they had the same map for 2 years, or a year and a half between, when Warzone came out in early 2020 and then Vanguard came out in late 2021. That's when we finally got a new large size map. Problem was Caldera was not a very good map. So even though we wanted something new, what they gave us, it left a lot to be desired. I'll just put it that way. But even still, Warzone 1 has a lot of players because there are a lot of people that are not fans of Warzone 2 for a number of reasons, and they think that Warzone 1 was a much better experience, and still is. Now, there would be a hell of a lot more people playing Warzone 1 if Verdansk was actually in the game. They removed Verdansk when they brought in Caldera, which I guess, it makes sense for certain reasons, especially when it comes to the older consoles. The PlayStation 4 and Xbox One obviously wouldn't be able to hold all that stuff in the game, all those big maps, plus Modern Warfare 2019, because that's what Warzone 1 runs off of. So, I understood the whole reason of going to Warzone 2 is to not have to rely on Modern Warfare 2019 anymore, especially since that game technically does not have a current gen version for it, even though Warzone did. But it was just weird. So I think that going to Warzone 2 was the smart play. It's just the way they implemented it was not good. I think the big thing is not having the cosmetics and all that stuff carrying over to the next game, and I think that's a big reason why so many people are upset. Is because of all the money they spent on the skins and everything. You can't carry that over into Warzone 2. So what you had in the first Warzone is what it's going to stay in the first Warzone. It's going to be gone forever once Warzone 1 is shut down. The reason why this surprised me, and I'm sure it surprised a lot of you too, is because Call of Duty never gets their server shut down. Unlike other games where after a certain number of years they shut down the older servers. That's what EA has done with Battlefield so many times over the years. They're actually doing it this year with Battlefield, Bad Company 1, Bad Company 2, and what was the other one? 1943. In December, all three of those games are going to get shut down. And they've also done that with other ones. Battlefield 2, 1942, Vietnam, whole bunch of those games. So we come to expect it from other game series, but with Call of Duty, you can still play Call of Duty 1 online on the PC, and the servers are all up. The official servers and the unofficial ones on PC, and even the PS3 and 360. Not a single goddamn person is playing Call of Duty 1 on PS3 and 360, but those servers are not shut down either. And there are just so many games. Pretty much all of them. Not a single one has got shut down. The only ones that got shut down were the Wii versions of Black Ops 1, Modern Warfare 3, and Call of Duty 4, World at War. But that had more to do with Nintendo officially having the server shut down than Activision actually choosing to shut it down. And also the PS2 games for Call of Duty Finest Hour, and Big Red One. All those games, by the way, the Wii versions of Call of Duty and the PS2 Call of Duty games, through unofficial servers, you actually can still play them online, and it's an interesting experience, especially trying to play Modern Warfare 3 on the Wii with the motion controls. It's a lot of fun. I should definitely make a video of doing that in the near future, because I think that'd be pretty cool. But yeah, I don't like. So why Warzone 1 then, right? If for 20 plus years they have never ever before shut down a server for an older Call of Duty game, why are they starting with Warzone 1? They're not shutting down Modern Warfare 2019, which was the original game that Warzone was based off of. They're not shutting down any other Call of Duty game. The only thing that they announced was Warzone 1. And I think that really just indicates how much of a failure Warzone 2 has been, because if Warzone 2 was poppin', they wouldn't have to shut down servers for an older game in order to essentially force people to play the newer one. Because that's what it is. They're trying Warzone 2, as we've seen with all the reports and everything, it is not meeting Activision's expectations as far as player count goes, as far as cosmetic sales go, as far as everything. By every metric, Warzone 2 has been a major financial disappointment for Activision. So this is just a desperate way for them to try to get more players into Warzone 2. Now, to be fair, if they say we're shutting down Warzone 1, but we're going to bring Caldera and Verdansk into Warzone 2, then that would definitely soften the blow a little bit. It would still not solve the issue of the cosmetics. If you can bring the cosmetics over too, then that would also be great. But it's a different game. It's a different experience. Having that game gone forever now, no longer being accessible, it's got to hurt for a lot of players. For me personally, I liked Warzone. I'm not nearly as devastated with this as I would be if they shut down like Black Ops 1 or Black Ops 2 or something like that. Then oh man. I'd be rioting in the streets. Not really, but I'd really be upset, like completely devastated. But for a lot of people, Warzone 1 was that game, and I think it kind of started when they removed Verdansk, because that really, like, when you think of Warzone, you think of Verdansk, full stop. Like, that's what you think of. So when they removed that, it felt like the game kind of already was gone forever. People hoped, like, maybe one day they'll bring it back. And honestly, if they plan on shutting down the servers, can they at least, like, just bring back Verdansk? Because it's like, what, 2 months from now they're shutting it down? 2.5 months? Just bring back Verdansk during this time so people can have fun with it before it's gone. Or just, better yet, don't shut the goddamn thing down at all. Let people play what they want to play. It's not it's costing them so much money to run the servers. Give me a fucking break. Do you honestly believe that a multi-billion-dollar corporation like Activision's bleeding because they're keeping servers for an old game up? That thousands of people still play, by the way. But, they can still keep the servers running for all the other games. And I don't even want to hear, but those older games were peer-to-peer. Yeah, they started using dedicated servers from Black Ops 3 until now. Black Ops 3 is a broken, unplayable piece of shit in 2023. They're still selling that for full price at $60. So I don't want to hear about that. I don't want to hear it at all. But I guess because Warzone's a free-to-play game, I guess that's why they're shutting that down and they're not shutting the other ones down. Because at least they can get some money out of game sales, but I don't know. It was definitely one of the most surprising things I've seen in a very long time when it comes to Call of Duty. I know there's so much other stuff going on that I didn't talk about, the whole Nick Merckx thing, but I really didn't want to mix politics into my shit. And there's some other stuff happening too, like Modern Warfare 3 supposedly coming out this year. So there's a lot of things that I kind of missed out on, didn't talk about, but I wanted to make a video talking about this because this is huge. I mean, this is a very historic moment for the Call of Duty series because, like I said, we've never seen this before. We've never seen them literally shut down an entire game. Activision, as horrible as a corporation as they are, one thing I've always given them credit for was when it came to game preservation. They never shut the games down, no matter how old they were. And I always respected them for that. But I guess the one good thing I was able to say about them, I can't say anymore, so that's just great. So let me know what you guys think about the shutdown for Warzone 1, and if you think that more Call of Duty games are going to come in the future getting shut down, whether we're talking about Black Ops Cold War, there's a security exploit that is pretty bad, and Activision says they're working on it, but what if they can't find a fix? Are they just going to shut down Cold War forever? Are they going to shut down Modern Warfare 2019 eventually? Are they going to shut down Vanguard? And, even going beyond that, Black Ops 4. I could literally list all the Call of Duty games backwards, but you get what I'm saying. Black Ops 3, Black Ops 2, Modern Warfare 2, all those classics. That would be really tough. A tough pill to swallow if any of those were ever taken offline. So hopefully that doesn't happen, but they're setting the precedent now that it could. Anything's possible. So, yeah, I want to hear what you guys have to say. As always, thank you all for watching, and I will catch you guys later. Peace.